But if Christ is in you, although the body is dead because of sin, the Spirit is alive because of righteousness. One of my favorite books of all time is John Steinbeck's East of Eden. The novel is an allegory for the story of Cain and Abel and exemplifies the flawed and defeated mentality of the Cain figure who painfully struggles with the belief that he is destined to always sin. He believes he inherited evil from his mother. As the novel progresses, the reader starts to empathize the Cain figure as he tries so desperately to do good and to be good. But no matter what he does, it always appears that his father favors his other brother. Thus, he falls deeper and deeper into the notion that he is inherently evil. However, one character reminds him that he is not inherently evil, but that all are inherently evil. We all have a fallen nature. What it comes down to is a choice whether to fall into the despair of evil or to be transformed by the light of goodness. All of us are the Cain figure. We do and say things we are not proud of. We become jealous, and most importantly, we can fall into despair. It's part of our nature. We are reminded of this as we hear John's account of the raising of Lazarus. Driven by love, Jesus desires to bring his beloved friend Lazarus from the dead. But along the way, he is beset by numerous characters who question him and challenge him because they have all fallen into despair and do not understand his ways. One says they should go back. They shouldn't go back over where the Jews were just trying to kill them. Both Martha and Mary cry out, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Then some other people wonder, how come he can cure the blind, but he can't prevent the death of a man? And then as Jesus is about to remove the stone, Martha questions him because she fears the stench of the rotting flesh. It is no wonder why John used the word perturbed to describe Jesus' attitude, because in simple terms, Jesus is trying to do something and everyone keeps getting in his way. They question him because they doubt. And we doubt all the time. Like the Cain figure, we doubt because we have fallen into despair of evil and no longer believe in the good. We see all the evil around us and all the evil that we do and believe that we are beyond redemption. Jesus reminds us, this illness is not to the end in death, but is for the glory of God. Our illnesses are not to end in death, but are for the glory of God. This is most evident in the sacrament of reconciliation. Most of the people I talk to are afraid of confession, or they approach confession with this wearisome burden and anxiety that whenever I utter the word confession, it induces anxiety. Although this may be for a variety of different reasons, the heart of the matter may lay in the wrong idea of what confession is. Confession is not solely the act of cleansing our sin so that we can avoid the fires of hell, but it is rather a reminder of God's infinite love and mercy. God has infinite love and mercy for us. With the Lord, there is mercy and fullness of redemption. How I like to think of it is that God is like the ocean. We know about the ocean, and we know that it's there, but sometimes, because of the despair of life surrounding us, we forget about the ocean. And instead, we walk about in a dry, barren desert doomed to die. Confession is us taking a trip to the ocean to remember that it's there. Whoever believes in him will live and never die. None of us are better than the Cain figure. We can choose to allow despair to starve us, or we can choose to allow love and mercy to satiate us. When we truly, sincerely, and utterly believe in God's love, it is like what Ezekiel says in the first reading. I will put my spirit in you that you may live. Thus you shall know that I am the Lord. When we know the Lord is there, there is no turning back. Blessed Charles Foucault writes, the moment I realized God existed, I knew that I could not do otherwise than to live for him alone. Blessed Charles experienced a profound moment, and it was then that he had new meaning and he had new life. Therefore, we must do everything we can to remind ourselves of that love by seeing a confessor we trust, confiding in a spiritual director, or finding the wisest person we know and pouring our heart out to that person. Once we have touched the ocean again, we will realize that we were the ones who were dead. We were the ones tied hand and foot with burial bands and our faces wrapped in cloth, and that our bodies were dead because of sin, but our spirits are now alive because of righteousness. In the end, whenever we have those lonely moments in our room, whenever we feel rejected, jealous, hateful, unappreciated, beyond salvation, or that we are the Cain figure who killed his brother, remember that we always have a choice. We can remain dead, or we can untie ourselves and let ourselves go.